Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Morphosyntax from 8th to class 2019. In this video, I wanna explain kinds of words class, and let's move on to the video. Words class divided into five. There are noun, verb, adverb, adjective, and preposition. The first word class, it is noun, and noun is a word class that has a function as the subject or object of the class, where this word class is shown to represent people, object, or other things that are hindered. Noun divided into four kinds. The first one is proper noun and common noun. The second one is collective noun. The third one is material noun, and the fourth is abstract noun. The first is proper noun and common noun. Proper noun is a word that denotes the name of person, things, or place. Words that are included in the proper noun are written with a capital letter prefix. And the common noun is a noun that is general in nature and has a wide range. To determine whether the noun we find in a text is included in the proper noun or common noun, we can look at the use of article a, an, or the quantifiers like some, any, and much at the beginning of the noun. And the second is collective noun. Collective noun is a word that shows a group or a group of a person, people, or things, beginning with an indefinite article such as a and an. The third is material noun. Material noun is type of noun denotes the name of substance where the writing is not preceded by the addition of the article an, a, or the, such as gold, air, and wood. And the fourth one is abstract noun. Abstract nouns are the most difficult nouns to understand. This noun can represent ideas, for example, beauty, greed, intelligence. Physical substance that be touched, which can be in the form of an act or action, for example, duty, aggression, or an event with a conversation example. And the next one is part of noun. Part of noun divided into two. The first is gender and nominal. The first is gender. This noun is used to indicate the gender of a person, including work and an animal. The gender noun group is divided into three parts, namely masculine, for example, father, brother, uncle, and bull. Feminine, for example, mother, aunt, her, and mine. And gender neutral, which is shown for objects that have no gender, for example, table, house, and clothes. And the second from parts of noun, it is number. And the number use of this type of noun to describe the project in question as being singular or plural. For example, one man, two men, one hat, two hats, and so on. Okay, the second one form word classes, it is verb, which verb is a class of words that usually functions as a predicate. Most verb present semantic elements of action state or process. In verb, there is action verb. The action verb are verbs or what we know as verbs, which describe the activities of not only humans but also animals, and this verb includes mental activities such as thinking, feeling. And there are also helping verb, where helping verb is a verb that serves to help the main verb, but when the helping verb is removed, the meaning contained in the sentence does no change. Based on function, verb divided into two verb. The first one is finite verb, and the second one is infinite verb. Finite verb is a verb requires a noun or pronoun placed in front of it to give it meaning. Another opinion states that finite verbs are a group of verbs which have a subject and are used as the main verb, which is influenced by tense, present, and past. For example, Farhan eats a cake and Farhan ate a cake. Agreement correspondence in terms of person, for example, I eat for first and we eat for second and she eats for third person. And number or singular or plural. For example, Rahma plays a doll and Rahma and her sister play a doll. And the second is infinite verb. The infinite verb can be easily recognized by the word component to in front of the verb. For example, to buy, to answer, to call. But it is not uncommon for the infinite verb to appear without the two components in front of the verb, which is noun. For example, feel, help, watch, see, like that. And based on complement, verb divided into two categories, and the first one is intransitive verb, the second one is intransitive verb. The first is transitive verb. The transitive verb expresses a verb that shows an action and is followed by an object, where the existence of an object can provide complete meaning to the sentence. For example, she wants her candy. And the second one is intransitive verb. Intransitive verb is object have an important role to give complete meaning to sentence. So, in intransitive verbs, verb can stand alone without losing meaning. For example, we cried this morning, and the example is cried. Next, the third form from the word classes is adverb. Adverb is a word used to provide additional information or noun or pronoun. The location of the adverb in a sentence is after or before the predicate position, object, or complement of a verb or noun. There are 5 kinds of simple adverb. The first one is simple adverb of place. Simple adverb of place is an adverb that describes where an action is performed. Generally, this word is placed at the end of a sentence, but in some cases, this adverb can be placed at the beginning or middle of a sentence. For example, he has read the statement above. For example, yesterday, every week, breakfast times, dinner, and many others. The third one is simple adverb of manner. This adverb is used to show how an action is done or something happens. To recognize a word that belongs to the adverb of manner is the addition of ly after the adjective. For example, my brother can read quickly. The fourth one is simple adverb of frequency. It's used to describe how often an action occurs. There are several words that fall into the adverb of frequency, namely rare, often, always, sometimes, usually, or never. And the last one is simple adverb of degree or quantity. Used to discuss the level or intensity of an action, nature, or other adverbs. This group of words is used to answer the questions how much, how many, or how little, where the position can be after the verb, adverb on before the adjective, such as almost, little, quiet, so, to, or perfectly. And the fourth one from word classes, it is adjective. An adjective is a word that functions to explain, describe, or limit pronouns or nouns that are still general. There are two kinds of adjective. The first one is descriptive nouns. And descriptive noun is an adjective that describe or example the state of a noun or pronoun, which includes size, shapes, color, smell, taste, and so on. For example, small, cube, white, black, boring, color, and many others. And the second one is limiting adjective. Limiting adjective that narrow or limit nouns or pronouns without providing information about state, types, and so on. Adjective limiting is grouped into 8 parts, namely possessive adjective, for example, my pleasure, and next, possessive proper adjective, for example, the girls, their wives. Next, demonstrative adjective, for example, this house is mine. And article adjective, for example, a white, an hour, the man. And exclamatory adjective, for example, what a nice day. And next, interrogative adjective, for example, are you reading? And the next, numeral adjective, for example, 1 year, single room, first time. And the last is adjective of identify quantity, for example, many, much, and many others. And the last from word classes is preposition. Preposition words that are placed before the noun, pronoun, noun phrase, noun clause, and gerund or object of prepositions. There are 6 kinds of preposition. The first one is preposition of times, to show time, for example, after, at, before, by, during, on, of, etc. And the second one is preposition of place. Is to show place and position, for example, behind, beside, inside, near, etc. And the third is preposition of manner, is to connect object and words in one sentence, for example, like, without, with. And the fourth one is preposition of movement, is to show movement, for example, around, down, into, towards. And the five is the preposition of purpose, is to show the goal or relationship between the object and the word in one sentence. And the last is preposition of quantity of measure, is to show the relationship, quantity or size between the object and other words, for example, 10 miles by the kilo. That's all explaining from work classes for me. I'm so sorry if I make some mistakes, and thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.